Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of Martin-11 Plays. Today I am going to play a little bit of FIFA for you, but this one's a little bit special. I've decided to prove to everyone how easy it was for Germany to beat Brazil. Now recently on Twitter I posted up about how I believe that Brazil was so crap that it was like playing against them in amateur difficulty on FIFA. So I've got this on amateur difficulty on FIFA. I'm going to prove how easy it is to beat them and prove that Brazil's performance was actually worse than what the amateur CPU on FIFA can actually perform. Like, look at this here. This is literally what Germany was doing to Brazil all day, except they managed to score in positions like that instead of doing something stupid. That's Ozo for you. Now, Brazil, they were hot favourites just because they won the whatever you call it, the Copa America or whatever the feck you call that there, they won. And yeah, good on them, they won that there in their home turf or not there. But the World Cup is a different deal because you're not facing just South American sides, you're facing the European sides, and the European sides are no slouches. You know, Brazil are meant to be this 5-star team who have won the World Cup 5 times and, you know, should really be unbeatable because they are what turned the game into what it is today. So they are. But really, based on the performances I've seen at the World Cup, they're a two-man team now. You know, without Neymar, they have no chance of scoring. And without Thiago Silva, they have no defence at all. David Luiz was captain. And there in that wee clip there, it showed you just a wee short clip of it. That's what David Luiz done all game. Anytime he was forward, he was jogging, but he wasn't even jogging back, he was walking back. And this is a £50 million defender, and he was walking back into a defensive position. And as a defender, you should know if you run forward, the first thing you do is get back and you defend like hell. But he just doesn't seem to get that, and for some weird reason PSG decided he's worth £50 million. Like, that's just stupid spending. Like, PSG have been spending stupidly for a while now, but they've just been spending crazy money on players that have been no good. Like Cavani, he's done shit all for them, and I don't even see him that as much of a good, you know, he's not even that good of a player. But like 50 million on him, is he really worth it? I don't think so. And like, I could give this ball to Brazil as many times as I want and they still won't be able to beat me because that's how easy Brazil was that day. And they pale kind of in comparison to the team that was so dominant back in the day. You know, I remember when I was younger, I watched the likes of Ronaldinho, Rivaldo, Cafu, and the legend that is Ronaldo, and they just dominated everything. They were always the best and always were in my mind. And yet now they've turned into a team that relies solely on one really young, really inexperienced player to do everything for them. And I don't understand it because they have good players. They have good players all over the world, and yet they didn't bring half of them to the World Cup. Like, yeah, I am a Liverpool player. Hands up, well, not a Liverpool player, Liverpool fan, sorry. If I was a Liverpool player, I'd be fucking living in dreamland right now. But I'm a Liverpool fan. So obviously I'm going to be a little bit biased towards the Liverpool players that did not get a shout out who are Brazilian, i.e. Coutinho and Lucas. And you see, Lucas is a defensive midfield player. And yet the best that they brought defensive-wise was Luis Gustavo, and he done fuck all the whole time he was at the tournament. He really was not that good, and Brazil were not good through it. Like, everyone was saying, oh, they can win it, just because they keep winning their games. If you look at their performances, they scraped by in all their performances. Like, they never once had a comfortable victory. It was like 2-1s here, and like the other team was running them ragged every now and again. You know, they were never a comfortable winning side. Unlike Germany, who like won like a lot of games by a lot of big margins. Ooh. Well done by the keeper. That's one thing fucking Julio Cesar couldn't do in the night. Save a shot. But like, I'm still struggling to believe too that like Lionel Messi got player of the tournament, which one is a terrible decision. He was nowhere near player of the tournament. And I can't believe that someone like David Luiz was down as a possibility for player of the tournament. Like he, like I says, he is not a good player. Like he gets you a goal every now and again, and that's about the height of what he does. Everything else, he's shy. He's meant to be a defender, and yet he can't defend. He doesn't know the basics of defensive work. He doesn't know the basics of playing football. He doesn't even have a footballing brain. So I really don't understand that decision. And then someone like Messi gets player of the year. Well, not player of the year, but you know, player of the tournament. Whenever there's someone like James Rodriguez who played 5 games, scored 6 goals, and that was for a team that honestly didn't even stand a chance until he started rifling the goals. That cub deserved it. He deserved to be player of the tournament because he was the best player there at the entire World Cup. Now I am bagging on Brazil a lot here, and that's because I miss the days when Brazil was the kings. I want Brazil to do well. I've always liked Brazil, but the fact is that they, like, Luis Felipe Scolari made a big mess of picking the teams. Like someone like Lucas Leiva, one of the best defensive midfielders I think around, didn't make it ahead of Luis Gustavo. And then there was that young player too for PSG who lit up the Brazilian leagues not that long ago, and was seen as a very close rival to Neymar, and got a fairly big money move to PSG. And yet he was nowhere in sight. I didn't see him play once. I don't know, maybe he was injured or something, but like that cub was good. I seen footage of that cub play back in Brazil, you know, in the Brazilian league, and he was a brilliant player. And I just really don't understand Scolari's decisions, really. He's a great manager and all, but I don't know, I think he made big mistakes during the World Cup. And the thing is it should have been a lot easier for them, because there wasn't a lot of teams there which were that difficult. But to be fair, they came up against the one team in the World Cup which everyone should fear, because Germany is I think Germany are going to dominate world football for a good while yet. And it may be similar to the way Spain was, but I think it's going to be even better than Spain's, because Spain, yeah, did dominate in terms of they got 2 European Cups and they got the World Cup. But I think Germany could go longer because they have younger, fresher players. They train so hard and they work so hard for their team, and they can do the basics incredibly well.
Let's take a look at the highlights from the first half, and then we'll be back over to...
So, back for the second half. It has been a little one-sided so far.
Like literally, that is what Brazil had to do the whole game. That was how easy it was for them. You know, like how easy was that their goal? That's how easy it was for them. And then that's another thing, Fred and Joe as their strikers. If that is the best strikers you have in the world, then you're never going to win the World Cup, mate. Because that is shock. Like Fred, he was awful, god-awful player. Like I don't even see how he could have made it onto the side, never mind actually get starting in the games. And Joe, he's no better either. And really, I'm sure if they went to the Brazilian leagues and found a Brazilian striker somewhere, he'd probably do a lot better than what them guys done, because they were not good at all.
Here's Hulk.
And I could be ranting and raving about Brazil all day, but honestly, guys, it'll probably bore the hell out of you just as much as watching them fucking destroyed like every bit of love, well, not love, but every bit of admiration I had for Brazil.
Who's on the end of this?
Like, I used to think Brazil were absolutely amazing, and now they're not even a shadow of the team that they were back in the day. They're just awful.
What a chance! He's having a go. We've got to feel a bit sorry
There's the
for
seventh.
them. They are being hopelessly outplayed.
That's 7 goals against them in easy fashion. And that's with them playing with Neymar and Thiago Silva. I'm sure if I put them two out of the team before playing them, I probably would kill them even harder. But the thing is this is how bad they played. Like, yeah, they put in a couple of good attacks every now and again, and they did score that 1 goal, but that's about it. Without Neymar, they didn't even look like a threat. There's only one real player there which I actually thought looked like he could threaten the goal, and that was Oscar. Oscar, seriously. He wasn't amazing, and he wasn't as good as he was for Chelsea, as he was for, you know, he wasn't as good for Brazil as he was for Chelsea. But I'm telling you, that boy did not play as bad as people make it out to be. He worked really hard. He was up and down that field quite a lot, and he was running his ass off for the team. And he seemed to be the only one that was doing it, because like I says, David Luiz constantly caught up the field out of position, and he walked back. And as someone who admires football so much and admires people who play the basics really well, that is unforgivable in a sense. You know, it is not the way it should be done. And you learn that stuff back whenever you're like 5, 6, 7-year-old. You know, you learn, like, if you're a defender, you defend, that's your job. If you streak forward, it's your duty to get back and defend. But for some reason, this guy who's getting millions and millions of pounds a week, and is playing for PSG, and he moved there for 50 million pounds, and yet he doesn't understand. I don't get it. Like, what is PSG thinking?
Attack broken up. Like,
seriously, PSG have been spending mad this past while. And the thing is they think, oh, just spend a shitload of money to get the players they want in. Doesn't matter how much we have to spend as long as we get our players. But spending £50 million on a player that I don't even think's worth 15 million based on his defensive ability. I don't think he's worth that much. And it baffles me, seriously. The world of football baffles me. Like, the price that some players go for, and then you have other players who are way better, and they go for pittance. And I mean pittance compared to it.
It's Hulk who's giving way here. Muller.
Like, this guy, James Rodriguez, a lot of speculations going around about him possibly getting a move somewhere to, like, Real Madrid or something. And, like, if he did get a move to Real Madrid or something, they reckon it'll be for about 40 to 50 million. The same sort of price tag that David Luiz got. Okay? And this is for a player that actually lit the World Cup alight. And you think that someone that would light the World Cup alight would skyrocket their price tag so much, but apparently not. It made it shoot up a bit, but apparently it didn't shoot it up enough. Because I think that Cub's worth 60 odd million. He's that good. He is that good. There's another excellent player who is going to break Miroslav Klose's record. Because he's only like 3-4 goals behind him or something now. And he's only 24 years old. Even though he looks like he's fucking 32 or something like that. Because he looks a lot older than he actually is.
They just about settled this one. Germany have certainly taken the pressure off themselves. Together nicely, tidy passing. Little back heel. Ramirez. as we have only 5 more minutes to go.
Fuck me. I'll have to do this again.
Can't let it get away from him. Foul's been given. Free kick to Brazil.
What's he doing? He's running all the way back, and he gives it away.
The referee has decided the amount of injury
Look,
and stoppage
look
time
at
there is
David
here.
Luiz now. He's just jogging back. After me just streaking past him. Jogging back. Honestly, if Germany was more clinical on the day, this would have been the actual result. It would have been something like 10-0. Because they had that many chances, that many times that they could have streaked so far ahead of them. It's unreal. They could have put this game to bed ages before this, like. But now we're drawn to the end of the game. I'm drawn to the end of my rant. And I hope you enjoyed this video at least a little bit, guys. I know I ranted on a good bit about how crap Brazil was, but it had to be said. Some people needed to know how shocking they were. I want to thank you for joining me again on this this episode of Martin-11 Plays. Please like and comment on this episode if you have any questions or have any comments to put forward about Brazil in the World Cup. Please put it below. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel too, because it makes me want to keep making these videos. And I'll see you all next time.